Cup number 4 for Germany 5-on-5 bomb. I'm your caster, MisfitMidas, and tonight we're going to be watching Simple Gaming Mix versus Mahoney's Gold, and the map will be on Clubhouse. Again, this is just an open ESL Go4 for Rainbow Six, and this is the first match of the tournament for the night. We are in the ban phase, and if you're not super familiar with competitive rules, you do have the pick and bans, which have now also been introduced into rank. Sorry, just the bans. And defense will get the first and the fourth ban here on the map because technically defense does have the advantage. They're getting the disadvantage. And the operator bans, the first one that's going to come out is Maverick. And no ban on attack from Simple Gaming. Maverick extremely important here on the attack, especially on this map. Multiple walls, both on the tub wall, which is on the gym bedroom site upstairs, and on the opposite side of upstairs. You also have the cache and CC site with the CCTV wall, and Maverick's going to be ever important for those, along with the hatches. Just the entire map is huge for Maverick and hard breachers in general, so that's going to be a big ban. Coming over to the defensive side bans, we do have Mira, which, again, will be infinitely important on this map if you choose how to play your right, especially stronger holds up in gym bedroom and CCTV cache, along even honestly with downstairs as well, holding from church on the main stairs. Then Echo is the final ban, and that is just going to be some basic plant denial there, and that's the end of the ban phase, ladies and gentlemen. So with that, we're going to get started here into our matchup, and we're going to go into round number 1, and it's going to be the gold team on defense first, and that's going to leave Simple Gaming there on attack. So the first matchup is going to be on Church Arsenal, a fairly strong site. A lot of people argue whether CCTV cache is actually the more defensible site, but it's absolutely Church Arsenal in some teams' opinions, and that's just going to be up for debate there. But in any case, we're going to start downstairs for the first half of the matchup. Offmarker going to 6-pick there from Sledge to Atch, and Mahoney also using a Pulse to Valkyrie. So just trying to bait out the attacking team there just a little bit here prior to actually starting the matchup. Pretty standard operator brewing from both teams here. The double hard breach brought out from Simple Gaming, and then also getting some of that plant denial in along with the hatch denial, because you can use the impacts to impact trick the hatches. We have several hatches on this matchup side. If you're not super familiar with the map, the one in kitchen, we have the one in bar, we have the one in stock, and then multiple others, but those are the primary ones. Those are the primary setups, and impacts are going to be a huge part of that, being able to impact deny it. Oh. And in any case, the round is underway here. And the round is going to be underway, and that's going to be right up to the back there on the CCTV wall. And the drones are going to come out here. Looking kind of at the defensive spread here from the gold team, Mahoney's Gold. That's going to be all 5 downstairs right now, so 0 roaming presence upstairs. And if Simple Gaming can figure that out very, very quickly, this is going to turn into an actual slugfest here. If they can figure out that everyone is downstairs, he's going to wait on the peak to come out there, but patiently waiting on Venom to make the peak. But he knows Offmucker's there, and Venom is not wanting to come out on this angle. Offmucker having to call for help, but Mahoney with a great initial kill there. And that's going to be with a C4, so utility usage to go ahead and knock the buck off. That's going to be important, especially for having to open up the floor. And that's going to be one Evil Eye camera dispatch. So lots of utility being taken advantage of here in the first half of the matchup. But if you're paying attention, Simple Gaming is all the way down main stairs. They've completely cleared out the top 2 floors, and now they're just going to have to start trying to make the push. And with a minute and a half to do that, they are well postured here for the attack. Just patiently waiting as this defense, with very little damage actually done. They do have the hatches prepped for the impact tricks, but not even really going for it. Volmix is actually going to be all the way down right outside of Moto, pushing potentially in the church here, and he's going to get the frag. on to Bosky, and that's the Kaid gone and out, but he's not paying attention to the bullet holes there between the wall from Blue, and Venom's going to be able to get the kill from Blue. Sayla onto Offmucker after Offmucker takes out Mahoney. It's now a 2v3 situation. Very quick, the wall from Search is going to, or the hatch, excuse me, is going to open up. IU Suicide is going to come down into the hallway, and Damon actually opening up the church wall there. So they are all but prepped for this take. Holding very tight angles here is Mahoney's Gold. See if they can't prove their worth in gold. IU Suicide having to cover the plant is going to start coming out, though. He knows he's got to cover it, but he's allowing himself to get peeked from the exact same place Venom did the first time, and Venom's going to get a second kill for the round. Sayla a second kill as well, closing out the round there for Mahoney's Gold, proving their weight in gold. Boom. And that is going to be the first round underway and complete, and that's going to be 0-1 towards Mahoney's Gold after a very quick roam clear, but then the entire Simple Gaming team just stalled waiting for the execute to happen, and it never happened. They just kind of kept peeking a little bit of time, rather than trying to prep and hold the angles, get the wall open, and then execute the plant with a full team at the back mill to hold the angles on hallway and then down through Moto. Venom, a great job there figuring exactly how to use those bullet holes that everyone, including a lot of the professionals, Bolo, Pengu, hate, but use them to his advantage there in an effort to stop the push from Moto and overall win them the round. We're going to go into round number 2 here, and that is going to be in the other site we talked about being what potentially could be the primary site for the map, and that's CCTV Cache. This one was giving a heavy buff after this map was reworked several seasons ago. Important to the site, you're going to see Sayla sitting there on it. The CCTV wall, and that's typically where you see teams trying to bandit trick off teams, especially when a Maverick's being banned, forcing them to have to use the Thatcher, which is the epitome of bandit tricking here. Hard breach, but there's no Thatcher. They just have the hard breach, the cap talon, the buck with some nades, the ass chargers. They have plenty of utility to make the wall open work, and bandit tricking is just that. Try to get the bandit charges down in an effort to prevent the thermite charge if you're not super familiar, again, with kind of how competitive play works. We are going to go underway, and that's going to be 4 of the primary Mahoney's Gold members. 3 now up top, and then Mahoney and Bosky are going to be droning underneath and playing there on some of that roam clear denial as they try to do that roam and slow down the attacking team of Simplicity Gaming from making the push. If you're not super familiar with competitive play here, what's actually going to happen with some of the site rotations and the round rotations is that you can only play and win one site every 3 rounds before it cycles back and lets you play it again. And then each team takes turn and spends 6 rounds on defense or attack, whatever side they start on before they switch. He's going to see the peak hole coming out, not actually able to connect here, as Mahoney's going to rotate all the way around to stock in an effort to take out Unshy. Unshy very carefully trying to watch the peak hole, but just trading out shots here. And both teams poised for potential refrags here. Bosky holding the bottom of the garage. I'm going to be extremely curious to see how this actually plays out, if he's going to be able to make it work here as Offmucker. Try to use some of those ass charges to clear off some of that utility, but nothing doing quite yet. Mahoney's going to actually be given the freedom to go all the way upstairs as Unshy kind of just falls off that and leaves it alone. Offmucker still peeking out, not quite one to go in, and entire map control here being retained very firmly from Mahoney's Gold. Again, that is a very hard side rotation. We're now 1.5 minutes in the round, and literally not a single attacker except for Offmucker is inside the site, and he is now very quickly dispatched by Bosky on the rotate from the bottom garage, and they still have the freedom of control. Trying to get fairly aggressive is Venom there onto the window, but not quite able to connect any of the shots. Looks like they're trying to go for what could potentially be a construction push, but they're not clearing the back half of the map like they need to, and because of that, Mahoney is going to punish Damon and actually get a second kill onto the window, onto Unshine. It's now a 2v4. IU Suicide still left outside, and Volmix in the garage very quickly going to get dispatched almost by Mahoney, but not quite able to land their shots from the angle is Eder or Bosky Brian. IU Suicide still just holding an angle on bar, and with 40 seconds left, they have no room for error here. They're going to have to perfectly land their shots, prep for the plant, and execute, but it looks like they're trying to do the roam clear. What they're trying to do right now should have been done in in the first minute to minute and a half of the round, and here it's biting them in the butt as they're now just basically going to have to rush through construction and make the execute onto site. And if you're really paying attention to the lineup, they're actually not giving way for the chase either. Very patiently holding and waiting. Mahoney, here's right where they're coming from. The doors aren't even broken. They're just going to have to run in, do what they need to do. He's going to come in and actually get killed, not paying attention there, as Volmix and Suicide both get kills as 2v3. And they can't quite get the plant down, though, with seconds left. Precious time wasted on the final roam clears. Mahoney's gold takes round number 2. So then it's 2 straight rounds there for the defense, and it just looks like Simple Gaming can't figure out what's going on for them. They can't figure out how to get their roam clear on. They stall outside of the building every single time, and then when it's time to start pushing in there in the last 30 to 45 seconds of the map, or for instance, last time, the only reason they made it down to site was because the entire building was clear, and then a minute and a half left in the round, and just stalling, wait on the execution. Really biting them here, not really bringing the utility they need to dispatch. Learning that, Volmix is going to bring that Thatcher to help combat the Bandit and etc., whatever else they choose to bring against that, over on the gym bedroom side. A fairly strong side, especially more as of recent. Teams have really been enjoying playing that, is typically the tertiary site for most teams, meaning that that is going to be the third site they play on a map of 4. You really only have to play 3 of them forced because, again, that 3-round site rotation. And they're going to begin prepping. This map fairly hard to play with, or this round, excuse me, or this site, fairly hard to play without Bosky's Castle. Using those to kind of slow down the angles from outside and also delay kind of the kill again on Shayla, who's going to be doing the bandit tricking here. Fairly common is also going to be this cash hold. You're going to see them start to build up here on the east side of the map and try to deny the push. Sorry about that. I can't speak English right now. From Cash over onto the construction side. And that's going to be the primary use, but really not bringing any Sledge or Zofia to deal with that on attack. Kind of actually surprising considering the expectance that, you know they're going to bring a castle to the side, and you know that's where they're going to be going. They did make the change there on the Thermite, but not quite able to do anything else. And Mahoney going to be pesky here for the attacking team of Simple Gaming, as he's going to have to just slow down this push from CC Cash if it does in fact come out. Offmark going to bring the Habana up and actually just open straight into construction, kind of just circumventing that. And that could allow Eder and Mahoney to almost just, sandwich him out. And Shayla very patiently waiting here on the Thermite to breach the wall. And the wall is going to come open. He's going to actually be able to get it. And zero problems here. The capped out bolt just not angled correctly. Eder going to get an opening kill there onto Offmarker. That's the Habanagon. So that is one of the hard breaches out of the queue. I'm going to try and see I do Suicide just completely fall off. They're choosing not to even go for that wall or compete. In any case, they're having to open up the wall right now manually again because they didn't bring the utility they needed to dispatch it at all. And so now we are in an OT situation. Venom's going to be able to get yet another kill here onto Unshy, and Damon's down. And that's going to be yet another one that goes down for Eder. Just this sandwich we talked about happening earlier is actually happening now. Volmix finally trying to do the right thing and clear out Cash here. I do Suicide still on the outside of the map. Just trying to get re-utility. Again, you're a minute and 15 seconds into the round. Not sure what that Evil Eye was doing. Not trying to turn away, I'll tell you that much. And he's just having to make this push. But you're actually not quite going to see too much of it here because he's just absolutely stalled out. I do Suicide going to have to drop, and it is again a 2v5 and just burning out right now. Completely stalled. The defense very, very well disciplined, but the diffuser's also down and out, and the push is going to have to come through here, but they're just, again, wasting time, really stalling, not doing what they should have done early in the round. Eder's going to get triple kill and a second there for Mahoney as a flawless round comes out from Mahoney's Gold, and that closes out round number 3, 3-0 Mahoney's Gold. It was very disciplined. We talked about how important that Cash and CC hold is here for the defensive team, and just the utility not being brought from Simple Gaming to get rid of what they know. What they know is going to be on the site. You played the map. You played the game enough. You know what's coming and where it's coming, and they're just not prepping to deal with it. We're going to go downstairs, a place where typically you see a double hard breach, but we're not getting a double hard breach brought out here. Kind of depressing, honestly, but there it is. There's the double hard breach. As soon as I finished criticizing him, should learn to wait through the 6 pick. The double hard breach is going to come out back downstairs, and we'll see if they can't figure out how to get down on the site and then prep the execute without running out of time, which they've struggled with all 3 times. Just their timing, their pacing, it all needs work here. They're going to bring out the Jackal, though. Kind of surprising, especially if you kind of look at the way that Mahoney's Gold played on the last time they were down on Church. Literally 0 run presence, all the side to anchor. So we're going to have Jackal here to clear the roamers that you know they're not going to have. Kind of an interesting choice, but nonetheless, it is going to come out. Something we do talk about quite often, especially when I'm casting, is what separates pro teams versus kind of more of the amateur teams. And in a lot of regards, there are more than one. But in this one instance, it's 100% about providing multiple looks at holds or takes on site as the matchup goes on. You'll see some teams only have one way to take a site, only have one way to hold a site. And if it works or doesn't work, you can't do the same thing over because you've already given your competition, the enemy team, a look at it. And there's 0 chance that you do that again. They're not going to take advantage and punish you. The C4 actually is prepped here, and that's Mahoney waiting on an easy kill there right outside of kitchen in the hallway. And Damon could be the target of that here as he's trying to Jackal track and roam clear. But again, they don't have any roamers, and it's going to come down, and the analyze is going to come out. And if he's not very careful, the C4 is going to blow, would be my guess. But actually not going to blow yet because they don't have the cams to work it. But, you know, just talk about giving them multiple looks at multiple sites, and if you don't, you're going to get eaten alive. And so be curious to really see how this goes this time. We are a minute into the round thus far. We are in the building, but not quite down the site, despite the complete roam clear from Simple Gaming. Some utilities being broken. Chose not to bring Nash this time, especially with the Maestro cams. You know we're out. You see the Jaeger. You see Venom. Venom baiting patiently. You see him choosing to make the shot. He's going to take Damon out. Not quite sure what's going on there with Damon. But the shots are going to ring out anyways, and it's now a 3v5. They still have complete site control. Not even remotely pushing all 3 upstairs. 1 hatch, 2 hatches potentially open there. But very little variance on the stage. Just struggling really to find their voice. It's almost like a bunch of rank stars playing in a competitive match. And Venom a 2nd kill on Idusu's side as they just continue to push towards places you know are being held very well, but then also not committing, like 1 player at a time. Just taking their pick and then choosing not to actually make that execute. Just pushing and probing different ways, but not doing it very cautiously, and it's costing them now still, again, in a 2v5 situation. With 50 seconds left, again, we're just talking about the timing, and it's not helping Simple Gaming out now. They're going to come down main stairs on site, now rotating out again on yet another look to this site, but he's going to have to contend with C4. It's actually down the hallways. He didn't shoot at it. Took no damage from the C4, but you still have every angle covered and prepped here from this defensive team. 19 seconds left. The execute's going to come out. Eater's going to get 1, and it's now 1v5, and that's Tunnel. Unshide knows they're in. He has to push from Tunnel, but he's going to get to take shots from everywhere. And a 2nd flawless round in a row as Mahoney's Gold take round number 4. What a dominant form here on defense Mahoney Gold is bringing out. Absolutely incredible. There's your scoreboard. Team kills coming out from across the board, onto both teams just a little bit, but across the board, especially on Mahoney's Gold. 100% dominant form right now. Sorry about the 90 field of view. I'm a weirdo. Play on 60. Forgot to switch it over. We should be better now. In any case, again, we're going to go back upstairs to CCTV Cache, continuing on that 3-site rotation, looking to win it yet another time, and not really having to vary anything up here on this defense, considering they've had 2 flawless rounds in a row and barely lost anyone the round before that. a couple of changes going to come out here from the attacking team. The Blackbeard going to come out, help a little bit with those windows. And then also bringing the Zofia is Damon. And honestly, kind of looking at both these teams raw statistically wise, you honestly really think that Simple Gaming is the better team, just pure individual player statistics. But then you really look at this Mahoney's Gold team, and they just know how to play together. They're coordinated, they're practiced, they're rehearsed, and it just goes to show different play styles work different ways. And when you have a very coordinated holder, a very coordinated team, it's 100% absolutely gonna bite you in the butt here. Kind of not really highlighted in the last time we played on this site here at the beginning was really the hold in garage that Eder and Bosky did such a good job in holding, refusing to allow anyone to move in from the backside there. Offmucker actually going to get a spawn peek there on to Mahoney, going to kill him and take him out, and they're actually looking fairly dominant here. They're getting aggressive, and Offmucker's taking the second kill onto Bosky. Mahoney's Gold really just starting to meme right now, and it's not looking very dominant form for them here. Offmucker actually in the bottom of garage. He's going to peek and just get absolutely almost annihilated there from both teammates. Offmucker, a triple kill now, and getting onto Venom, looking for a fourth from the top of garage. He's going to go prone. He knows he's coming. He's going to get a 4 kill. The 4th kill going to come out there from Offmucker on Eder, and he's going for the ace. Ladies and gentlemen, Offmucker going for the ace here in this competitive match. The wall is going to be opened, and it's all up Cecilia. Offmucker knows where he's at. The drones have come out. He's being spotted. He knows he has to go for the kill. But Offmucker on red. The rotate coming around. Off. He's compared for it, but it doesn't matter, ladies and gentlemen, as Offmucker gets the ace on the push on to Simple Gaming. Not having any of it, he came alive and cleared out the entire team of Mahoney's. Absolutely not having it. That is going to be round number 5 there for, again, round number 5 there for Simple Gaming. And now it's 1-4. We're going to go into round number 6, and just skipping that side entirely, going to go over to Jim Better. And we talk about providing multiple looks. That absolutely Mahoney's Gold did not provide multiple looks on that site that time, and we're 100% punished for it by Simple Gaming there, as they knew exactly where everyone would be, even courtesy of the spawn peek at the very beginning. Super nice take there by Offmucker, and the drones and the intel from his team. I'm sure it came in handy. We're going to go back over to Jim Bedroom. This time, Simple Gaming looking much more prepared here for this take. They do have the sledge to deny the castles. They have the Zofia. They have the Ash that's going to dispatch a lot of the castle barricades, but surprisingly, actually, not going to dispatch the bandit, which they've had such trouble trying to get there, choosing not to bring the Capital or a Thatcher. So odds are, and my best guess would be that the push is going to come from the construction side, choosing not to even mess and meddle with Shayla, who's done such a great job bandit tricking here thus far on that hot tub wall. The round is underway, though, and we are coming into the 6th and final round of the defensive half before switching over to attack here, where Mahoney's Gold will be given a chance to prove themselves on attack, and Simple Gaming will have to prove themselves on the defense here. Eder now actually the only one, surprisingly, trying to hold cash at all, and that's going to be kind of an interesting choice, especially considering they didn't reinforce much of the walls facing the outside there. Oh, they finally did. Sorry, I guess it was just a glitch on the spectator. They did reinforce those, and they have the long gills open up for construction. That's going to be super important to notice, as Offmucker basically flashes himself there. Burning out the ADS is prepping for the team. The Havana charge is going to be stopped there. Offmucker actually team killing Damon, and Shayla getting a kill onto Offmucker from the window after the bandit trick and denial, forcing him off of that, granted, if they can get to it from the window, but not really going to be able to go for it there with the CC cash side still completely open and soft. Eder's going to know that, so he's sitting there watching on the Evil Eye outside the window. Mahoney is going for the peek, in fact, from the window, but still, again, trying to figure out exactly what they're going to do. They're going to have to switch and rotate to CCTV cash if they have any chance of getting this. Mahoney trying to peek here out on Unshine. He's going to go for it here. He's going to get the kill, the down, and finally the finish. Almost being refragged there by Volmix, but not quite able to secure the kill is Simple Gaming. And it's very quickly with a minute 15 seconds left, looking like a 2v5 situation that will end in Simple Gaming losing the round and coming into the second half at down by 4 rounds. Again, a very disciplined hold here. Very disciplined hold here from Mahoney's Gold. Just not really overpeaking anything. Being very calculated. And they are looking for their 3rd flawless round in the first half of the matchup. Volmix now choosing triangle up main stairs, but Shayla is waiting patiently and will be able to take out Volmix there. And it's now a 1v5. I do Suicide looking for an ace if he wants to secure this win for his team. But Shayla patiently waiting on main stairs for I do Suicide to come up with just 20 seconds left. He'll have to execute now. Choosing to almost rotate off with 10 seconds left. Doesn't really have time. Not sure what he's doing. Just trying to go for a free kill. Pad the stats here. Giving up rather than trying to actually make the execute. Just completely undisciplined team here. Going to buy out the round. And that is going to be round number 6 as Mahoney's Gold is now up 5-1 going into the second half. And again, we do switch after 6 rounds. So Mahoney's Gold is now on attack and Simple Gaming moves over to defense. And all Mahoney's Gold has to do on attack is take 2 of the next 6 rounds if they want to win the matchup and continue on in the bracket. Rather than starting out in basement, though, Simple Gaming is going to choose to start upstairs on CCTV, as that is their site of preference. And we will get underway and kind of compare the different takes from both teams, see exactly how the room clears come out. If they're more efficient on the timing, they push with information, and then they hold angles and execute. Or is it just kind of random, you know? Just trying to figure out exactly what's going on with our life as we push through the matchup. The hold on this map is honestly just very standard every single time. You just there's a little variance to it depending on what operators you have, but you always, for those of you kind of new to the game, typically you see in competitive play, both walls in that garage are completely reinforced, and that's to deny the capital in the open from that bottom right garage wall all the way through that little slit window there onto the wall to deny the bandit, like Unshy or Shayla trying to bandit trick there to prevent the wall from being opened. And that also will help get some nades up here and work on the roam clear. You have to reinforce both these walls. You reinforce both of these walls here to kind of deny the push just a little bit, and then that one outside wall there with kind of maybe a middle rotation there. Hold rotation there, hold rotation there, and that is the standards of holding CCTV cash. Typically 1 to 2 people in garage, 1 on the bandit wall, and then a couple spread out there either on the roam or in cash depending on how your team plays. And that's basically exactly what we're going to see here in this lineup, and extremely interested to see how Mahoney's Gold make the attack. And just like we talked about, the wall's going to be opened up there by Mahoney in order to prep for the push. But off Mucker is going to be able to take out Shayla, but Venom frag on to Damon. And that was on garage, so the kite's going to go down along with the Thatcher. Going to be super important, but actually the wall's going to not quite open here yet. As a bandit, not even on the wall though, but they don't have the Thatcher to contend with it, which has got to be frustrating here for Mahoney's Gold. Like, not really sure why you would push your Thatcher to be kind of the frag push here, but Offmucker going for a second kill, absolutely coming alive. Eder's going to get a kill onto Volmix though, and that is going to be coming up from basement. The wall is finally going to get opened, it looks like, off on a separate angle. Not the one typically it's more likely construction. But now 3v5 very, very quickly, excuse me, 3v4. And Mahoney's Gold with a minute and a half into the round, looking to prep for the execution. Mahoney knows the Maestro's there, but Offmucker patiently waiting still underneath for the take to come through the door. Venom doing a great job here, closing out some of the rotates, but ID Suicide's going to be able to take out Eder, and that is the Zofia from underneath on a very long angle, as you're watching right there from the top of Garage. So kind of denying some of that push from inside. Venom going to be able to take out Offmucker, though, and that is a second kill on the round there for Venom. And it's now a 2v3 with a minute left in the round. Plenty of time to drone and make the execution. Unshy's going to go for the peek there onto Venom, not quite able to connect, as he does, in fact, fall off the angle. And still kind of giving the advantage to Mahoney, who with 40 seconds left with the wall open and prepped. They know they can go for the take, but ID Suicide is going to be a massive throw on their side with that long L from Garage. You almost always have to clear out Garage going for a standard take. But the Bandit of Unshy absolutely annihilated here in a 1v3. The plant is going down, trying to deny the plant. He comes off the plant, not quite able to connect. He's going to be able to take out Mahoney, though. It's now 2v5. They don't need to get aggressive and try and peek this. They just need to hold angles, force ID Suicide to come out and long. Both actually going to drop off the diffuser, and will that prove fatal? That is the question here. But it will not, as Mahoney's Gold is able to win on the back of the plant. And the final kill there from Bosky Brian. The final 2 kills, excuse me, from Bosky Brian. And that closes out the round. And we're on match point now. 8 rounds into the matchup. 6-1 Mahoney's Gold. All they have to do is take this round to win the matchup. Choosing not to go off of CCTV cache. They're debating whether they want to switch, and they in fact do. They're going to go downstairs to Church Arsenal, trying to try out another strong site here to slow down the tirade that has absolutely been Mahoney's Gold during this matchup. Church Arsenal just better for a little bit different of a play style from both teams, and trying to see how to work, whether the roams actually do come out from Simple Gaming as opposed to kind of how Mahoney's Gold decided to hold it, or, you know, vice versa, and how quickly the take will be set up. This will probably be the most interesting comparison between the two teams on how this site is held and executed on. Volmix will bring out the pulse and will more than likely prominently play there in that pulse corner. Again, if you're not super familiar with the strategies of the game, and that kind of gets you information on the entire staircase, kitchen, and this whole area, region of the map with that over 20-meter cardiac sensor. And this is what could potentially be the final round of the game. Both teams, come out. You can just kind of tell the differences, though, as that Mahoney's Gold is well practiced, well versed. They know exactly where they're going. They have their timestamps. They go for the executes. They're disciplined. They're prepped. And then Simple Gaming really just looking that like you could win a ranked game, but not quite like you could win against a full 5-stack competitive team every time. And the preparation, if any, that was put in by Mahoney's Gold is really showing off here. So the roam clear will have to come out. If we actually look at the lineup, that's Unshy, ID Suicide, and Offmucker semi on site there. And then if we go all the way off, Damon is actually going to be in Garage. He's going to run out behind and get a kill onto Shayla there. Almost refragged, but not quite able to connect. That's an awesome opening kill there for Damon, running right out of Garage. Pulse, oddly enough, not playing where you would typically expect him to play down site, choosing more to be a standard roamer, kind of with that cardiac sensor. He's going to get fragged out, or excuse me, droned out almost immediately, and the push will very quickly have to come in here. Mahoney prone looking in the strip club, trying to catch Volmix off, but Bosky able to take out Offmucker, and we are back into a 4v4 with the same amount of health. Cardiac sensor coming out to help with that roam, oddly enough there. And they're going to have to catch, Volmix off here. If he's not careful, he's got the information, but he's all by himself and not really quite going to be able to do anything with that. Damon, another kill on the Bosky Brian. That's 2 for him on the round, and he's just been an absolute thorn in this side of Mahoney's Gold. And Mahoney, another kill on to Volmix for Mahoney's Gold this time, and that's now 3-3. And that is the Pulse dispatch. They only have to deal with the one roamer from above, but they're going to have to dispatch him very quickly if he's not careful. Going to bite them in the back. The hatches are being opened, and they know someone's still stuck up above, but Damon waiting for the right time to make the drop here with 50 seconds left. The roam game has been actually pretty strong here from Simple Gaming, and a fairly slow or really weak roam clear here from Mahoney's Gold. Trying to peek into kitchen, not really quite getting anything. The push is actually coming down main stairs finally. And that is from actually all 3 members of the team, with Venom on damage control from behind. Mahoney trying to get some shots off, but not quite able to connect. With just 20 seconds left, they're going to have to make the push. Oh, Unshy is going to go down from up top, though, and that is going to be Venom. But Venom going to go down from Damon underneath, and that's a triple kill for Damon on the round. But with just a couple seconds left, the plant is going to have to take place and happen. Plant is going to have to start, and that's above, and Damon with the quad kill to stop the plant at the last second takes the round for Simple Gaming, and it is now 2-6. Coming into round number 9, this could be the final match, or excuse me, the final round of the matchup into match point. We're going to go back upstairs to CCTV and Cash, which, to their credit, Mahoney's Gold was fairly strong at taking, so we'll see if they can take the momentum from downstairs in basement and let Simple Gaming push upstairs into CCTV Cash and use it to their advantage. 6 picks are going to come out there, and we're going to have the double hard breach again. Bosky, their planner hard breach there. Dominant form tonight. And the round is underway. And seeing a second ACOG brought out by the team. That's Volmix. Trying to get some of the longer angles there as opposed to a little bit less of the dominant angles. And Offmarker actually switching out Unshine, if I'm not mistaken, there on the bandit trick. Really just kind of a very wide change in operation. Think about the way Rainbow Six Siege has kind of evolved over the years, and from the very basic operators to now what we have is denial, counter denial. Before it was just the very basic operators. You open walls, you're able to breach soft, you're able to breach hard, you're able to start some of the utility, and you look at some of the operators like IQ way back when, and you wonder what they used her for. Mute jammers, bandit charges, and really, just that was just about it. But then now, what a powerful role operators like IQ can play in a mashup when you could have anything from Evil Eyes, Black Eyes. You could have pulses playing on that you can identify, which was there before too, but just you have a lot of utility that you can kind of clear and deny lesion traps, two mines, with the ability of what used to be much less significant, kind of how the meta shifts and changes even from older operators just based on how the new ones are. Really needing this Thatcher here, just able to get an easy 2 off. But the Bandit charge is going to go down. He's going to be able to fake it and cancel it out there. Good fake by Offmarker. But this is going to be the Bandit trick of the Century. They just need to utilize the Thatcher to just a little bit better of an ability. But Shayla not quite able to link in with his team, and Offmarker doing a pretty great job there, Bandit tricking. But Boss is going to be able to get it, though. And Bosky and Shayla open up the wall, and that is now the wall open with 1 minute and 40 seconds left to go in the round. And still kind of looking at some of the roam presence. That is 4 up top, and that still leaves Damon on the backside underneath. Mahoney, though, able to take out Offmarker. That's now into a 4v5, and that leaves I Do Suicide basically alone in garage unless you look at the rotate. But it doesn't matter. He's going to be able to take out Mahoney as the roam unable to go, and Unshy able to take out Edder. Shayla onto Volmix. We're back into a 3v3 after a couple quick kills. And we'll see if Bosky can do it again here. He is actually in the site. He just needs to go for the plant. Not quite sure why he's being overly aggressive here. They know they don't have garage, but they're not going to be able to get the plant down unless they're careful. And Shayla's going to go down to ID Suicide on a double kill. Almost able to get a triple there onto Venom, but the diffuser not... He is going to get the triple onto Bosky. The diffuser doesn't come inside. They have somebody sitting inside. They can't figure out how to get the plant down. And I Do Suicide is absolutely punishing them because they don't know how to deal with garage. They're not bringing the caps out. They're not bringing anything. They're wasting time. And then the diffuser is just with the wrong people and not really looking like strong form here from Mahoney's Gold. The Simple Gaming takes another round in a row. And it is now 6-3. Really kind of surprised actually at Mahoney's Gold at how much they're dying off here on these a couple attacking rounds. They're just not looking as dominant as they did in the defense. They don't know where the plan is at. They don't know where the diffuser's at. They can't clear the garage. They're getting punished from the same angles they held multiple times. And it's just not working out for them. We'll see if they can do it on Gym Bedroom here as the switch comes over and out. Bosky, no surprise, switching to Thermite. And Volmex coming over onto the Warden, something we've not seen yet in this matchup. Curious to see how he'll use it, or the Bandit. Excuse me. So, again, trading Bandit. So, 3 different people Bandit tricked here for Simple Gaming. Just looks like both teams as a whole really need to figure out the roles. Sometimes maybe the roles on site, where how they want to play, whether they have to come out with a 6-pick on a basic operator that they know is going to have to be played, etc. Really just kind of disappointed in Mahoney's Gold on that last round. In any case, again, I've said it for the past 2 rounds, but it could be the last and final round, unless the comeback is still coming from Simple Gaming refusing to give up here. We'll see if they can pull it off, though. The drones are going to immediately come out, though, in order to prep for this very efficient roam clear. Looking at the defensive spread, we have actually really 4 of the 5 playing over on site, and that's Offmucker kind of sitting in CC, just waiting on this garage push to happen. Not quite sure if he's actually going to be able to catch Eder coming up. He is going to catch Eder, but Eder just going to put Offmucker down, and that is a massive loss there for Simple Gaming, as they've lost a huge part of their defense. He's just been on such a fire thus far through this defensive half. A lot of cam work just standard being done here. They are going to identify Unshine, who's actually going to hang surprisingly calm here in cash while not being pushed. And actually just holding the angles, not really using any of the utility to kind of open up the walls and the cash, just kind of baiting. You know, if you just opened up with the Zofia using any number of her charges, you could just completely end it right there. But the Bandit tricking is still coming out. This is going to be the fight between Shayla and Bonsky yet again here with another Bandit from Simple Gaming. It is going to be tricked very easily there by but going to be able to set up both of them here. Damon going to be able to take out Shayla, though, and it's now into a 4v4, and that's the Thatcher gone. Eder is also going to go down, try and withstand here, but I do Suicide trying to get the angle on and launch Damon as well, but not quite able to connect. And now Bosky's going to go down and actually die this time, so not looking very good for Mahoney's Gold here unless a miracle comes out, as they're not going to get this wall open. They're still not gotten Unshy out of cash. I don't know what is going on with Mahoney's Gold, but they cannot figure out how to use their utility to roam clear at all, period. It's actually pretty surprisingly disappointing. Zofia not using her charges to try and get rid of the down she knows she has until just now. Both going to be up now. It doesn't matter, just kind of wasting some of that free utility there, and that's still going to be very quickly into a 4v3. Really disappointed with the way that these rounds are shaping out, not because of great plays, but honestly just very, very confusing pushes. Venom wants his kill, refusing to try and push Unshy out of cash. They're just going to sit here and they're going to play until it's really over. Mahoney is going to take out I Do Suicide. Damon onto Eder. Eder onto Damon. Venom is going to get out Unshy and is now a 2v1 after a pretty interesting comeback here, but they've got to get the diffuser and they've got to get the plant down and they've got to do it together, and they just honestly probably aren't really sure where they're watching him at. There is no cover coming out. He's going to actually have to make the push here. The trade is going to come out, and Mahoney's Gold on the last second is going to be able to win the game 7-3. Honestly, Mahoney's gold. I could have went on and on and on about everything that they should have done to lose that round because it looked like they were going to. But they ended up pulling it off in the end. And in any case, ladies and gentlemen, I'm your caster, MisfitMidas, and this is ESL Go4 Germany Cup number 4. Please hang around, look in the ESL caster section to see if anyone else is casting tonight. And I thank you again for watching, and I will see you guys next time.